Hi everybody, this is EDC Austria, I'm Stefan, and today we are talking about EDC. This is part of a two-part video. In the first one I'd like to show you the EDC stuff I have on my person, and in the second one, which will be uploaded in a few hours, is the stuff I carry in a bag. And this bag I usually have with me all the time whenever I leave the apartment, so it's also always carry, but you see my space is limited. So whenever I leave my apartment, I usually have one of these two pepper sprays. I mean, they are not that interesting. This one you can clip to your belt, and this one I just have in my back pocket. The difference is this has a conical way to spray and this one a ballistic, meaning it comes out in a straight line and it's way easier to do from a distance. Then a regular wallet, yeah, just my cards and all that. The wallet itself, I don't know a lot. It was from Amazon for like 30 bucks or so. As a cell phone, I'm currently using a Galaxy S7 Edge. I used to have HTC, but sadly my provider no longer provides them. Pretty happy with it, except for some display issues actually. Now we come to the interesting part, the knives. Of course I don't carry all of those knives at the same time, but I always have one of those with me. They are all S35VN steel except for the Benchmade, which is CV20 steel, and this one really cuts extremely well. Almost as good as my Sebenza 21, and that says a lot because you're really hard pressed to find anything that has the cutting performance of a real Sebenza. The other knives I carry, here is one Kaiser. Really hard through the view screen. Here is the CT0456, a nice flipper. It's also the only one that doesn't have the regular shape my knives come in. This one is kind of a modified sheep's foot or modified Warncliffe, and actually this is also not S35VN. This is CTS 204P. So all I need to have a complete collection of the new steels is an M390 blade. If you have any good suggestions which would fit my style, you kind of notice I like titanium flippers or titanium knives, if possible with some blue accents. Let me know in the comments, please. Here is something Chinese, my Kaiser Intrepid. I'm usually not discussing prices because, yeah, you know about that stuff. Although sometimes I would like to know, so I'm not sure. So the Kaiser is about 230 euro. Well, we don't have to discuss the Sebenza prices. This one you can get now for about 250 euro. I paid 320, but that's not important. And this one, the Benchmade 550-1, also costs 250 here in Europe, sadly. And finally we have the CT0220, which is really one of my extreme all-time favorites. I'm not exactly sure why. It is a Jens Enso design. Of course it runs extremely smooth, but I'm not sure why I love it so much, even more than my Sibenzas. And like I said, one of those knives I usually have with me. Or sometimes I just have this regular issue Swiss Army knife with me, which is better than nothing, and I actually don't carry the knives as a defensive option rather than as a tool. So it doesn't really matter all that much. Also on my body, usually on the keychain, I have this tiny Leatherman Squirt PS4. I used to have the CS, but I really needed the pliers, and when I was in hospital last week I actually could use the blade to cut my pizza, which I ordered without authorization, and they weren't too happy about that. And here is a small selection of my lights. There will also be a video, a special video on lights, but these one are the ones that go on your keychain. From down to up, I've kind of organized them by strength and not by price, because that would be interesting, because the weakest of all is the most expensive, which is the Nightcore T2, which has a maximum output of 50 lumens and costs about 30 euro, which is a bit high. The next one is, I'm not going too much into detail, of course. With most of those you have 3 modes, where medium, low and high, except for this one here. This is the cheap OLED one, the i3E EOS. This one costs $9, yet you have 90 lumens, almost double that of the Nightcore. Next is the TI3 from ThruNight, and I've actually got the chance to test this one in a completely dark garden last week, and with its 120 lumen it really lit up everything perfectly. So that was really amazing for me. And this one too comes in, you just see 3 modes, and if you do it a bunch of times, then you have the strobe mode. Although if you have to click through everything 2 times, that's a bit, yeah, I guess your attacker would have time to adjust. This one is a very strong OLED i3S, yeah, and it comes with 180 lumens, although this gold one is really rubbing off on my keys and on the Leatherman you saw earlier. So I'm a bit disappointed by that. And this is the CU version, meaning it runs a bit different. It doesn't have strobe, and it starts out in the strongest mode with 180 lumens. I tried this one out too. Very, very bright, should be enough, but like I said, really not good to keep on your keychain. And finally we have something interesting, a Granuela Ultratech K18. And what's interesting about this one is it takes either AAA batteries, or you can put in a 10440 battery, and then it has up to 360 lumens, which is hella bright. And if you just put in a regular AAA battery, you get up to 120. So what else do I carry on my body? Yes, usually a lighter, like you see here, a plasma lighter. They are always topped off, so that I get through the day or the next in case I have to stay someplace. But in my bag you'll see I'll carry a lot of backups. As for watches, currently I really only wear 2 watches, either this Longines Heritage Military 1938, which is of course an automatic. I like it a great deal because of the simple dial, the easy legibility, which is important for me because I don't see that well at the moment. Okay, is that still in focus? I'm new at videos, as you can undoubtedly tell. And I have another automatic which I'm wearing right now. It's this Seamaster Omega. I usually only wear automatic watches. Not to sound crazy, but in case of an EMP, everything electric and electronic will be gone. And at least the Omega would withstand the magnetic pulse, so I'd still know what time it is. And the last things I wear on my body, although only sometimes, are the 2 neck knives I'm gonna show you now. First we have the SOG Snarl, which is, it came very dull, so I had to spend quite a lot of time of sharpening it. It comes in 7CR17 MOV. I don't even know if that's a good steel or not. I'm more familiar with 9CR13 or 14. And here this nice SC and K-Bar collab, which is the BK11 or 12, sorry. Okay, it doesn't say, that's awesome. Those would be great in as a last ditch effort. I do have a few karambits, but I don't know how to use them, so yeah, I'm not gonna use them. I sometimes carry one of the ones I've shown you, but that's it. Okay, this is all the stuff I'm usually wearing on my body. And please tune in for the next video, which is all the stuff in my EDC bag. I hope I gave you some good information. Please like the video if you like it and subscribe if you wanna see more of the same kind. Thanks a lot. This is it.